So today we're going to start multi-view drawing, and if you look at an object, this is the object, the first graded, non-completion graded one you're going to draw. This is exactly what is shown here on paper, and this is not a 3D drawing, okay, because it's on paper, so it's flat, which means that this is what we would call a perspective drawing. This could be a product, who knows what the product is. But if somebody is to go ahead and manufacture this product, something like this is really not helpful to them, particularly because certain angles, distances, lengths, those types of things, they need to be marked out so that the person who's carving this, machining it, programming it into a machine, so that they can go ahead and use actual numbers, like this is 2 inches or 2 units or 2 millimeters or whatever it is, or this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So they need to be able to go ahead and label these from different perspectives. So again, this is the first one you're going to have that'll be graded for accuracy, and this is the second one you're going to have that'll be graded for accuracy. All in, there's 7 of these drawings for accuracy. I might modify that a little bit. But anyhow, every one has a different kind of element to it. So this right here, I've printed these things. I might even go ahead and try to take a couple of pictures in addition to the videos so that you can see them a little bit better, okay? So the first 3 assignments, though, that we're going to do, so again, these 2 are for grading. If you want to print these out, these came right off of my website. You'll see that in class, and you've been there before. You might want to start by printing a couple of copies of each. This is where I always tell people that this tool right here is the best one you have. And so these are much simpler, okay? If you look at these by comparison, these are much simpler, and this is really just to get the gears turning for you guys, okay? So when you look at these things, don't infer anything right off the bat when you start to draw these. Go ahead and just take it at face value. So we're gonna keep everything in inches, which means that every mark, every piece, grid on this piece of graph paper, or in this case, every dot, we'll just call 1 inch, okay? I think the easiest thing to do is start by saying they're always going to give us pretty much front, right, and top, or front, left, and top, okay? So if you want to do something to create your own color code, like when I pull this up in class on the computer, you'll see that somebody had shaded this. If you have some color pencils or something, that's not a bad idea, is to go ahead and shade things so you can say, okay, what do I see if I'm only looking at the top? Or what do I see if I'm only looking at the front? Or what do I see if I'm only looking at the right side, okay? Sometimes the top is easiest to do first, sometimes the side, sometimes the front, it just depends on you. So when you're taking a 3D object, I'll use this one because there's a little more contrast. When you take a 3D object, you can think about this in how do you want to approach it? Do you want to go ahead and rotate this object towards you so you're blocking out, everything except what you see from the front, or everything except what you see from the top, or everything except what you see from the right? So if your perspective is, in your brain is rotate the object, great. If your perspective is actually to fly yourself over what you see from the top, so you're looking at it straight down, or to fly around to the right side, it makes no difference, okay? Again, the color coding thing I said can be helpful. If you don't have color pencils, you could just use different hash marks. So in this one, I'll say, okay, if I'm looking at it from this perspective, we're gonna call this the front, all right? And if I look at it from this perspective, we're gonna call that the right, because if that's front, 90 degrees over has to be right, and if I come from the top, then that's going to be easily top, okay? Again, so if you have multiple colors, it's great. Like let's say, okay, I'm going to say the top is equal to green, and I can just go ahead and shade everything. You don't need to do this, but students who do this, they tend to do better, okay? So I shaded everything. I just imagined myself looking down and ignoring anything I couldn't see from the top, okay? Same thing with the right. So if I look at this from the right, sometimes it's easy to ask yourself a yes or no test. Do I see this? Yes, I do. So maybe I could, if you're only working in one color, give yourself some little symbols. Hash marks are my symbols there. Do I see this if I'm standing over here looking at it? No, I don't. I could not see that face. How about this face? Yes, I could. So I'll give myself hash marks there. Okay, do I see this face? No, I don't. How about this one? Yes, I do. Okay, even going around your house or a room and seeing, like, look at your dresser from the front. If you stand smack in front of it, you do not see the left or the right side or the top of your dresser. Look at it from the left. Do I see that? No, I don't. Whatever's left, in this case, I only needed a couple colors to shade it, is what is remaining on the front, okay? So now if I were to go and construct this, what would I do? I could say, okay, if I look from the top down, I can't tell any difference in elevation. The only thing I can see is that comes towards me. If I'm standing in the front, it comes down towards me 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so I'm just making this up. If you had graph paper, you could do that. And then it comes over 3. And then it comes up 3. And then it goes right 3. And then it goes up 3. And that's what I would see from the top view. Okay, if I looked at it from the front, what would I see? I could see it standing maximally. Sometimes you can even kind of connect some dots out and say, okay, it's 3 here plus 3 more, so then that would be 6 this way. It comes over 3. It comes down 3. It comes over 3. It comes down 3. And it comes over 3 more, okay? If I looked at it from this side, from the right side, it's really the mirror image of this, right? So it comes on this side, it goes all the way up 6. It comes this way 3. It comes down 3. It comes over 3. It comes down 3 more, and then connect the dots, okay? So I've got top, I've got front, and I've got right. And that's it, all right? So it's really just think slow, take your time, use tools to cheat, positively cheat, and go from there. So these 3 are gonna be for completion only. This is gonna give me some stuff to help you guys out and some guidance before you're starting to get, miss any points as far as like little small things, okay?